Hi guys, how are you? I thought I'd do another update because I went online and now they're saying it's completed. I updated it twice, but now they're saying this has been completed. So they still have not replaced the panels. The panels need to be replaced now, and the reason I also say this is because there's a smell in the air. Things fall all over the floor from, you know, whatever's, I don't know, insulation and different things. It's damp, um, and things come in the bathroom. So I called because each time I update it online, it disappears and says it's completed. So I called DBO Management, Property Management, and explained. They're saying it's a roof leak. I said the panels still have to replace. I mean, I can't use the bathroom like this when the smell gets so bad and when things, the water starts pouring in the bathroom. What am I supposed to do? I asked for the bucket, but that doesn't really do anything because it's coming in so fast, depending on how much rain we get and from a lot of different places. So this is what's going on here. And, this seems to get worse when these men get other men involved. Mr. Megna's father is a realtor, and they put me through absolute hell on Green Street, one of my first apartments I tried to get when this divorce was going on. They stole my car. They made up a bunch of stuff about the insurance. I had no heat. Him and Mr. Vassie, a realtor in Amsterdam, put me through absolute hell with National Grid. My credit was destroyed because they kept doing these wellness checks. I'd go over to St. Mary's, $1,000 ambulance bills just to go over there and for them to make up a bunch of stuff. This is what they put women through when you report. And this has gone on with the Megna since I was a child because they were my mother and her boyfriends, and I will keep repeating that. This was my mother's boyfriend that was friends with all these big families, big Italian families. Okay, my mother's boyfriend, he made these big wedding cakes and he was friends with all these people. I was a little girl, I was 5 years old. And in fact, their friends were up there at Wally's Driftwood Marina harassing me too from the Swingers Club and telling me when I was 3 years old, they used to babysit for me. These are all Mr. Bays' friends who has since passed away, and I have to deal still with the harassment, the destruction of my credit, my assets. So we're all over there on Green Street. They steal my brand new car, make up a bunch of stuff for National Grid. Miss Theron, who's been friends with these people, my cousins, Vinny and Holly, have been friends with the Megnas since the South Side. Where they all live, but I couldn't get an apartment. They all showed up on Green Street to destroy more of my assets and tell me that nothing belonged to me. I was a crazy whore. They did this with National Grid. That Mr. Holly's husband or whatever he is works for National Grid. They showed up with National Grid. I had exorbitant heat bills that the heating didn't work. So this has been an ongoing pattern with every apartment. National Grid, then over at St. Mary's Hospital, they destroyed my credit because they took away my health insurance through the court system with this Judge Lorman. And then all these police make up these false police reports, and she has a stack of them and declared me mentally ill. Back and forth to the hospital I went. Numerous times they pushed in the door, would steal things, break things, and then take me over to St. Mary's and tell me that I was crazy for reporting the domestic violence. And then on top of that, they sexually assault me up there on the lake, my ex-husband and all of his friends, because I did have prior trauma and I was in shock. So imagine dealing with all this in shock, trying to figure out where all this was coming from, just like now. They continue to do stuff like this and laugh and joke about it, where it's coming from, who's doing it. And this is what these officers continue to do with various people in the community. And then they'll make up things that I'm crazy. and use my divorce as some kind of vehicle to cover this all up for things that happened in my childhood. That have continued with these people before they were even police officers, okay? Because his grandfather was at the gym sexually harassing me. A 90-year-old man sitting around getting everybody else to attack me at the gym because women aren't supposed to go to the gym. And I have story after story after story of these men that go around the community and do this to other women because you're supposed to be into prostitution. I guess that's the finale of this. That's the grand revelation from these high-end families in Amsterdam, that you're not supposed to have a new car or a decent place to live or own your own home. You're supposed to be in prostitution. And this went on when I was a child. Okay, this went on throughout my childhood, and here we are. So I don't know. I updated the maintenance request. I talked to DBO Property Management, and here we are once again. It's supposed to be extremely warm all weekend. So once again, I don't feel well, and these men continue their onslaught of retaliation and abuse with our court system. Be safe.